back to the channel, folks. This video is a response to the request of the brother Jerome Burns about the interpretation of Isaiah 19. Before I get into the interpretation, we have to look at the book of Isaiah as a journal that relates to Israel. And as I explained in the previous video before this, Bible readers tend to play theological hopscotch and jump around the book, and that makes you miss important context clues about the particular scripture you read. So, to get a clear understanding of Isaiah 19, you have to start at chapter 13, where Isaiah gives the destructive prophecies to the different nations until you reach chapter 24. There are prophecies against Babylon, Tyre, Cush, and Assyria. And after these curses are prophesied, it starts with the woes and warnings to anyone who sides with those nations. I mean, the message and interpretation is clear-cut. But where I think the confusion comes in is absorbing the Hebrew Israelite nonsense that most Black Americans have been persuaded with. Someone beguiled a lot of you all and started making you believe Egypt represents America because it was referred to as a land of bondage. There were many places that Israel was put into bondage. You have Assyria, Egypt, Persia, and Rome, and places of bondage because the Hebrew and Christian Jews were enslaved there. But we can't start metaphorically applying other nations unto others just because some of us were tricked into misinterpreting verses because the word ship was used. The Egyptians and the Syrians physically transported slaves on boats into Egypt around the Mediterranean coast. And for anyone who studies ancient archaeology, this is common knowledge. There is nothing in the Torah or the first 5 books of the Old Testament as we know it that alludes to such nonsense about Egypt being America or referring to the Atlantic slave trade. The same warnings that were given in Deuteronomy 28 to the people were given in Isaiah 13 through 24. It's about Judah being rewarded for obedience and being punished for disobedience against the laws of the Jewish God and their culture. So Isaiah 19 in biblical context is solely about the repercussions shown to Isaiah in a vision, in which he wrote about during the reigns of Uzziah, Ahaz, and Ezekiel. See chapter 1 and start from there. Cello the Great.